Well, what's up, guys? Brian back from the PT channel here to talk about some Game of Thrones Season 6. There's crap on television. Fear the Walking Dead is kind of lackluster. I'm excited for some Game of Thrones that comes back in 6 days, April 24th. And this guy, Jon Snow, better be alive. That's all I care about. The rest of the season, I don't care about anything else until this gets settled. So hopefully we pick up right where the last season ended and we get back Jon Snow quickly. So either way, we got Melisandre there, and some people think that she's going to be the one to bring him back. I don't care how he comes back. Just get him back on the damn cast, you know. Melisandre, she can bring people back. Lord of Light, she does all that stuff. Keep her damn clothes on for a second and bring them back. So using the fire stuff, whatever you want to do there, they used it a couple times on there. So that's a theory on there as well. I could see that happening, but there's actually a better theory that I think makes more sense from checking things out and doing all that. I don't read the books, so I don't know. But the Lord of Light brought this guy back. Remember when Arya was there still with the Hound and everything? So that they brought them back. So that's the theory, the Lord of Light theory on there with Melisandre. So that could happen. I could see that. Either way, like I said, I don't care. I just want him to be back. He's an awesome character, and evidently he's going to be a big part of the rest of the series going forward with the rest of it too. So the other theories that we have, that Melisandre could bring him back, but the better theory is that he's not actually Jon Snow, he's actually a Targaryen blood. And remember in the first season, or was it season 1 or season 2, I forget, but I think it's season 1, when Daenerys gets burned with the eggs and they hatch and she's still alive and the dragons are born and everything is great, and there she is looking sexy as ever there, butt naked. But ultimately with the dragons and Daenerys, she's alive, she's got the dragon's blood in her so she can survive, and that's what we believe Jon Snow will be. That Jon Targaryen is actually what he is. He's a Targaryen, even though his last name's Snow, whatever, but he's got the Targaryen blood. So the fire, once the Night's Watch go in, they battle for it, whatever, they're going to burn him, and he's going to be resurrected that way. So we're going with the Targaryen theory. And in that Targaryen theory, Tyrion Lannister, the little guy right there, hopefully you watch the show, one of my favorite characters, is a Targaryen as well. So the three of them, Tyrion, Jon Snow, and Daenerys, are the big trifecta to move going forward. And we'll see what happens later on with that. But Ghost looking great. I like Ghost as well. Unlike Jon Snow and Tyrion are my favorite characters on the show. How about you? Who do you like on there? But Ghost looking fierce on there too. Don't mess with him, clearly. But like I said, either way, I don't care. We need more of this being around there too. So we're gonna go with the Targaryen theory. Have you heard that theory before? Do you believe it? Do you not? Do you read the books or whatever? Like I said, I do not read the books, but it makes more sense to resurrect him to show the fact that he's a Targaryen. We need more of this, Jon Snow destroying some White Walkers, and there's got to be something to that. And there's a great theory on there, a couple of videos we've seen and stuff online that we show that he is going to be strong and powerful going forward, because you saw all those White Walkers. That was crazy, but we got to get him up off the slab, and hopefully this is where it starts back in 6 days. The first episode, Series 6, or Season 6, sorry, Game of Thrones, comes back Sunday. Can't wait. Get him off the slab, get him up, Davos, and get him up and do that series. They show it there too, where the Night's Watch are going to go through the wall or the door and get to them when he's on the slab, and he's not actually going to kill Jon Snow here, or kill him because he's already dead, but ultimately he's going to defend Jon Snow here. We saw this is how probably it's going to pick up, just like this. I can imagine happening like that. Again, I don't care anything, but getting Jon Snow back to being a character on the show is going to be pretty important. But it's going to be pretty awesome to see the show back in full effect, because there's nothing on TV, like I said. So Davos there, you think he's going to hurt Jon Snow, but he's actually protecting him going forward. And like I said, Jon Snow is the main guy because of the main scene that happened in the last season with all these White Walkers. It was kind of crazy when you saw all these guys stand up and you're like, oh crap, they're going to have a big army. And in the trailer, you saw Bran, who's actually back. You know, he missed him all last season. He's with this same guy in there, in wherever this is, in between realms or whatever it is. He's there somehow. So that's going to be a big part going forward. I want Jon Snow back. I want Bran to be able to take this guy out. But the big thing I would love to see is Bran use his Wog ability and use, there it is, the wogging, you know, there, when he can control an animal. And I could see it where he could just use his wogging to control a dragon of Daenerys and just light up all those White Walkers and burn them. that would be pretty awesome there too. So he wogs, gets the dragon, one of the other crazier dragons, the one you can't control as much or whatever, possibly, because Tyrion gets there, he's going to see the dragons and he's going to let them out, I would seem to think, in another video with Marine. So we need some fire. We don't need this little guy here, we need the big ones on there too. But remember those cute little dragons on there too? And I remember that was the problem I didn't like with Game of Thrones early on, because you're like, I thought there was dragons, I thought there was this, I thought there was anything, but there wasn't, because these guys were born later on. Need some more of that. So I could see that. I would love to see Bran use his walking ability to actually use that to light on fire. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but wog, whatever you want to say it. But to use one of the dragon's fire and tear him up on there too. But like I said, either way, we need Jon Snow alive. We need this guy back. He kind of makes the show. They love killing all their main characters off on here too. Ned Stark was dead within the first episode, and you're like, all right, I like this guy, but he's gone, and, they love to just kill off the main characters. So, Jon Snow, hopefully you're back. Post your comments below, guys. What do you think? Either way, we want you back going forward.